Before we start our project, you need a little lesson in calligraphy pens and how to use them. We have the handle, and then we have the tips, and there's a couple different kinds of tips. Obviously, this one is very tiny, and this one is wider. So this is for fine detailed work, and this is for larger objects, or when you're actually writing words in calligraphy, this is the handy one to use to get the cool thick and thin lines when you're writing with the calligraphy pen. So when you're using the tip, no matter which tip it is, this round edge is what goes in the handle, and you push in only as far as it will let you go and then leave it. Don't shove it in any farther. When you're working with the ink, I put very small amounts in cups because if it does spill, a lot of the times it will stain your clothing. So very small amounts so we have less accidents. You put just the tip in the cup. And what it does is there's a little line inside here. There's a line in the pen. If you push, you can see the little line on the pen. And the ink gets sucked into that, and it pulls it up. So it makes a little ink go a long way. You can always test first on a piece of paper to see what kind of lines you can make. And when the ink runs low, then just dip it back in. You're drawing very gently. If you're pushing so hard that the line separates and opens up, that's too hard, and you could damage the pen permanently and make it stay that way, and then it won't work anymore. It also can't hold the ink if you're pushing it that hard. When you need to change tips, you don't grab the pointy end, grab the bottom part, and we pull out. This needs to get rinsed off, and then please blot it dry with a paper towel. This is to prevent rust. All right, for the big tip, same thing, push in as far as it'll let you go. And just like the first tip, the small tip, if I push on this hard, you can see the little lines of separation. You don't want to be drawing that hard that you see them separate, because once again, it will not hold the ink. And dip it in. And this one makes much larger lines on the paper. And that's where you get cool swirls. So this is good for larger objects that you're drawing. And just like with the first tip, when you're done, grab down here, pull it off, rinse it, and please blot dry with paper towel. The long part of the tip is the top. So when you're drawing, make sure this is on top and this other section, the short section, is underneath. Same for this tip. The long part goes on top. This bottom section that's shorter goes under. What we're doing on your project, now that everything's glued down, is adding some detail here and there. And you can also add some ancient ruins that have been kind of overtaken by the jungle. And they don't have to look just like Machu Picchu. It can be your own invention as long as it looks like it's very, very old. You can also use the pen and ink to add little details by the shoreline. Like if I want some really tiny plants by the shore, we can add a few of those. Or if you want to show, maybe there's a crocodile's head going through the water. Or add some ripples in the water if you would like to. Just remember, anything you add is going to be black in your picture.